Have you ever wondered why your erection became weaker with age, yet certain foods can trigger a surprisingly strong response even after your 70s? Most men think erections fade because the body stops working, but the truth is more specific. The erection depends on blood flow, nitric oxide, endothelial health, and smooth muscle relaxation. And this forgotten food contains a combination of natural compounds that activate all of these mechanisms at once. This food was common in traditional diets but gradually disappeared from modern meals. What most people missed is that it is rich in natural nitrates, polyphenol, and vascular antioxidants, the exact nutrients the body needs to reopen arteries, restore elasticity in the erectile chambers, and boost nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is the spark of every erection. Without it, the penis cannot fill, cannot expand, and cannot maintain pressure. With it, the entire mechanism wakes up. The reason this food works so well for older men is simple. Age reduces endothelial responsiveness, but these natural compounds work as biochemical shortcuts. They help the arteries relax faster, allow more oxygen-rich blood to reach the pelvic region, and restore the ability of the smooth muscle inside the corpora cavernosa to release tension. Even at 80, the erectile tissue is still there. It is not dead. It is underperforming. And when the right nutrients hit the bloodstream at the right time, the system reawakens far more powerfully than most men expect. This is why urologists pay attention to this food. It does not fight age, it works with your biology, giving your body the exact fuel it lost over the years. Before we continue, take a moment to check if you are already subscribed to the channel. If this is making sense to you, leave a like. And comment the word forgotten so I know you are here paying full attention. Most men believe erections weaken simply because testosterone drops. But the real reason your erection becomes softer, slower, or inconsistent after 60 has far more to do with circulation and endothelial performance than hormones. Understanding what actually changes inside your body is the key to restoring strength, even in advanced age. The first major shift occurs in the endothelial lining, the microscopic layer inside your blood vessels. At a younger age, these cells produce nitric oxide instantly, allowing arteries to widen and deliver blood to the penis in seconds. But with time, inflammation, oxidative stress, and lack of activity cause the endothelium to stiffen. A stiff endothelium means slow nitric oxide release, and slow nitric oxide release means the erection signal becomes weak. Next, the smooth muscle fibers inside the corpora cavernosa begin to lose flexibility. Erections require those fibers to relax fully so the chambers can expand and trap blood under pressure. After decades of stress, reduced oxygenation, and microdamage, these fibers tighten. Even if you feel desire, the penile tissue cannot respond with the same force. Another critical change is the decline in microcirculation. The arteries that supply the pelvic region accumulate tiny plaques and become slightly narrower. This does not stop blood flow entirely, but it slows down the speed at which pressure can build. Erections require a rapid surge of blood, not a slow trickle. Hormones also play a role, but not in the way most men think. Testosterone does not need to drop drastically to weaken erections. What actually declines is receptor sensitivity. Your body may still produce enough hormone, but the receptors that read the signal become less responsive. This affects libido, energy, and the speed of the erectile response. Finally, the body's nitric oxide reserves shrink with age. The molecule responsible for opening arteries becomes harder to produce and harder to maintain. Without nitric oxide, the erectile mechanism simply cannot activate. These changes do not mean the erection is gone forever, they mean the system is operating on low output. The forgotten food from this video is powerful because it directly targets these weak points. It increases nitric oxide, improves endothelial function, enhances microcirculation, and supports smooth muscle relaxation. Understanding what fails is the first step to reactivating what still exists. The reason this forgotten food has such a powerful effect on erections, even in men well into their 70s and 80s, is because it contains a combination of natural compounds that target the core mechanisms required for a strong erection. Nothing superficial. Nothing symbolic. It acts directly on the biology that matters: nitric oxide release, endothelial repair, and smooth muscle relaxation. The first key component is its high concentration of natural nitrates. These nitrates convert into nitric oxide inside the body. Nitric oxide is the molecule that tells your blood vessels to dilate, sending more blood to the penis with greater speed and pressure. Older men struggle to produce nitric oxide on their own, which is why this food creates such an immediate change. The second component is its polyphenol content. Polyphenol are antioxidants that protect and repair the endothelial layer, the tissue responsible for releasing nitric oxide in the first place. When the endothelium becomes damaged or inflamed, erections weaken. When polyphenol restore it, the erectile response returns. There is also a strong presence of anti-inflammatory phytochemicals. These compounds reduce microinflammation inside the pelvic arteries, allowing them to become more flexible. Flexible arteries carry blood faster and more efficiently, which is essential for achieving and maintaining a firm erection. Finally, this food provides oxygen-boosting minerals, such as potassium and magnesium. These minerals improve blood flow, support nerve signaling, and help smooth muscle fibers relax inside the corpora cavernosa. When these muscles relax properly, the penis can trap blood and build pressure, the foundation of a strong erection. What makes this food unique is that it contains all of these compounds naturally, in the correct proportions, working synergistically. It boosts nitric oxide, repairs the endothelium, reduces inflammation, and improves muscle function, all at the same time. That is why urologists consider it a powerful yet overlooked tool for restoring erectile strength. It does not force the body. It reminds the body how to work again. Knowing the science is important, but erections only return when the food is taken the right way. The same ingredient can produce a dramatic effect or almost no effect at all depending on how you prepare it, how much you consume, and when you take it. The goal is simple: help the body produce nitric oxide fast, reopen the arteries, and restore pressure inside the erectile chambers. The first rule is timing. The forgotten food must be consumed in the first hour of the morning, ideally before caffeine and before a heavy meal. This is when endothelial cells respond best, nitric oxide conversion is faster, and the vascular system is highly reactive after hours of rest. Next is the form. Raw, blended, or lightly cooked versions preserve more nitrates and polyphenol. Juiced or blended forms enter the bloodstream faster, making them more effective for immediate erectile response. Avoid overcooking, because heat can reduce nitrate levels. Then comes quantity. For most men, a portion equivalent to 1 small cup or 1 medium handful is enough to activate nitric oxide production. More is not better. Excess does not increase the effect and may slow digestion, delaying absorption. It is also important to combine the food with the right support ingredients. Pairing it with a small amount of healthy fat, such as olive oil, avocado, or nuts, helps the polyphenol travel through the bloodstream more efficiently. Taking it with water improves plasma volume, allowing blood to flow more freely into the pelvic region. After consuming it, avoid sitting immediately. Spend a minute or two standing upright, breathing deeply, or moving lightly. This ensures your pelvic arteries stay open and directs blood toward the erectile chambers, amplifying the food's natural effect. When used in this precise way, correct form, correct timing, correct amount, the forgotten food becomes a highly effective morning activator capable of restoring erectile function with surprising speed. When the forgotten food begins restoring your erectile mechanism, the body responds with clear physical signals, not subtle guesses. But measurable reactions that show nitric oxide is rising, circulation is improving, and the erectile tissue is waking up again. The earliest sign is a warm, expanding feeling in the lower abdomen or pelvic region. This sensation indicates that blood vessels are widening and more blood is flowing through the arteries that supply the penis. Many older men have not felt this in years, and its return is a strong indicator that endothelial function is improving. Within days, you may notice a heavier, fuller sensation in the penis, even without stimulation. This happens because the smooth muscle inside the corpora cavernosa is beginning to relax more easily, allowing the chambers to accept and hold more blood. Even partial morning firmness, something many men lose after 60 or 70, is a major milestone. As the process continues, you will likely experience faster erection response. Erections that previously felt slow, delayed, or dependent on strong stimulation begin to appear more quickly. This reflects better vessel elasticity and stronger nitric oxide signaling. Consistency is another key sign. Instead of occasional good days, you may notice that erections become more predictable and stable over the course of the week. This means the endothelial lining is retaining its flexibility and the body is producing nitric oxide more reliably. Some men also report improved libido and mental readiness, not because of psychological changes, but because the body feels capable again. When the erectile tissue responds strongly, the brain increases desire automatically. These signs, warmth, fullness, speed, and consistency, are the body's way of saying the forgotten food is reactivating the erectile pathway exactly as intended. Even the most powerful food for erectile recovery can lose all its impact if one simple morning mistake is made. And the problem is that this mistake is extremely common among older men, so common that most never realize it is the exact reason their erection does not improve. The biggest sabotaging habit is consuming caffeine too early, especially strong black coffee on an empty stomach. For men over 60 and 80, caffeine triggers a larger cortisol spike than it does in younger men. This spike causes blood vessel constriction, tightening the very arteries the forgotten food is trying to open. When vessels constrict, nitric oxide cannot work properly, and the erection pathway becomes blocked before it even starts. Another damaging mistake is eating high-sugar breakfast foods immediately after the forgotten food. Pastries, sweetbreads, cereals, pancakes, fruit juices, and sugary spreads all create a rapid inflammatory response. This inflammation harms the endothelial cells responsible for nitric oxide production. In simple terms, the food helps, and sugar immediately destroys the effect. A third silent issue is sitting down for long periods right after consuming the food. Sitting reduces pelvic circulation dramatically. Older men already struggle with decreased blood flow in this region, and remaining seated prevents the erectile tissue from receiving the increased circulation the food is trying to generate. Dehydration is another hidden enemy. Starting the morning with low water levels makes blood thicker, slows nutrient delivery, and reduces the body's ability to transport nitric oxide efficiently. Individually, these mistakes seem harmless. But together, they create the perfect environment for erectile failure, not because the food is ineffective, but because the body is being pushed into the worst possible state for erection formation. Correcting these habits is essential. Without fixing them, even the best vascular support food cannot deliver the erections it is capable of producing. The forgotten food becomes dramatically more powerful when it is paired with a short morning protocol that supports blood flow, endothelial health, and smooth muscle relaxation. This routine is simple, practical, and designed for men over 60 and 80 who want fast, consistent results. Step 1. Consume the forgotten food the correct way. Eat it in the first hour of the morning, in the form that preserves nitrates and polyphenol, raw, blended, or lightly cooked. Take it before caffeine, before sitting, and before a heavy meal. This ensures maximum nitric oxide conversion and rapid endothelial response. Step 2. Activate pelvic blood flow. Spend the next 60 to 90 seconds standing upright and moving gently. Slow hip rotations, deep belly breathing, or light forward and backward shifts are enough to stimulate the pelvic arteries. These small movements keep blood flowing toward the erectile tissue and prevent stagnation. For many older men, this step turns a mild response into a strong erection. Step 3. Hydrate and stabilize your blood vessels. Drink a glass of water shortly after. Hydration increases plasma volume, helps nitric oxide circulate properly, and makes it easier for blood to reach the corpora cavernosa. Then eat a small, low-sugar breakfast, something that does not inflame the endothelial lining. Healthy fats or clean proteins keep vessels flexible and responsive for the rest of the morning. When these three actions, the food, the activation, and the vascular support, occur in sequence, the body receives a powerful morning signal: open the arteries, restore elasticity, and rebuild erectile pressure. With consistency, this protocol becomes a reliable foundation for strong, fast, and stable erections even at 80. If you reached the end of this video, it shows you care about understanding your body and taking real steps to reactivate your erection naturally. Before you leave, check if you are already subscribed to the channel so you do not miss the next videos where we continue this process with even more detail. If you stayed until the final moment, comment the words "forgotten food" so I know you are part of the viewers who follow the full method with full attention. And do not forget to like the video. Your like helps this information reach more men who need clear and honest guidance. Now go ahead and watch the next video that is appearing on your screen. It picks up exactly where this one stops and continues your progress step by step.